Hello all, welcome to Shaving with Peg Leg, and today's shave will be my Magnificent 11, inexpensive Magnificent 11 that I did, and this is the premium. And my premium, because it is the most expensive razor I bought to date, because I do not buy the expensive razors. I will in the future probably buy a couple, but they're not my priority. But this was the $40 fine marble razor, and you can tell it's the fine marble when you look at the head of it. It looks like a shuttlecraft from the original Star Trek series. Okay, that's how you can always tell this razor from others. And we will be using for the first time a brand new RK stainless blade to give them a test. Those are one of the ones that Pete sent me to try out, and I will test that out and give it a face shave today. And I'm also, again, I just used this on my head for my last head shave, but I'm going to use his shave stick again on the face this time, because most of you guys will be, if you buy a shave stick like this, you're doing it for travel reasons and you're going to shave your face with it. So let's see how it performs on the face. We're not using any pre-shave, because if you're traveling, you're most likely not going to take a pre-shave. You're just going to go with soap. So let's do it that way. Also, today is, which you probably don't know, because everybody thinks the Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th. It was only ratified on July 4th. It was signed on this date, August 2nd, 1776, 246 years ago. So happy anniversary to the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Alright, a little backstory. Shots were fired in April of 1775, the shave stick. I do love this scent. This is a great scent. So I'm not worried about using it again. This time I get the full effect up my nose. Alright, shots were fired in 1775, but those shots exchanged with British troops were not over our independence. They were over being the citizens of the colonies being recognized in Parliament. They had no seat in Parliament. They wanted recognition and a seat in Parliament to help govern their own colony, and they had no representation. And that's what the original fight was over, for recognition. Using a 24mm PAA Green Ray brush. Maybe I should use a stiffer brush. Now here it comes. It's coming in good now. Okay. So that's what the original fighting was about. And one of the representatives from Virginia, I can't remember his name. Damn it. I got a brain like Swiss cheese. Everything falls through it. In June of 1775, brought forth a recommendation to the First Continental Congress, or the Second Continental Congress, I'm sorry, to draft a Declaration of Independence. So it was debated and argued and talked about and everything until July 2nd of 1776. And that's when, prior. There was fighting between colonist and British troops in 1775. And in October of 1775, King George III went to Parliament and railed for an increase in the Royal Navy and Royal Army troop numbers. He wanted more to deal with the rebels in the colonies. And when that news got back to the United States, to the colonies, they realized that there was going to be no reconciliation, there was going to be no representation, there was going to be nothing. He was going to be iron-fisted dictator of the colonies, and they weren't going to have a say in anything that they had. So they decided, like I said, that in June of 1776 it was brought up to declare write a Declaration of Independence. They debated and talked about it until July 2nd, where they voted. On July 2nd of 1776, they went with, sorry about the clanging, I'm just putting a razor in hot water to heat the blade up a little bit. They went with a vote guys, this razor shaves. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to hear the running water. I'll keep it on low. They decided to vote, and they did, to write a Declaration of Independence on July 2nd. And there was 5 men assigned to this task. One was Thomas Jefferson, the main author. The other was Ben Franklin, and John Adams were also assigned to the writing of it, plus 2 other guys, which I can never find their names. Every article I've read said there was 5 assigned, but only give those 3 names. So I guess the other 2 were insignificant pieces. But over the 2 days, between the 2nd and the 4th, they wrote the Declaration of Independence over 60 times. There was 60 revisions, over 60, I think it was like 63 revisions of the Declaration of Independence in 2 days. So, when they finally got it done on the 4th, and they presented it to the Second Continental Congress, it was read, they all agreed on it, they voted, and they ratified it. From July 4th to August 2nd, more copies of it were made. It's a great scent on this soap heat. This smells fantastic, guys. It's grapefruit and orange. I'm getting a lot of orange off of it. I really could do a 2-pass shave with this. That razor for $40 is a fantastic shaver. If you can still find one out there, I suggest you get one. Really, I don't suggest many things, especially razors. Usually if I do, they're cheaper, but for $40 that thing shaves so freaking amazingly, and that blade is pretty damn good. It's smooth and it's sharp. My skin generally prefers platinum blades, but I'm not having a problem with that one at all. And I'm just going to apply more. I'm that way. So, it was signed on this date, 246 years ago, August 2nd, which a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think July 4th we declared it, we wrote our Declaration of Independence and it was signed. No, that's not how it went. They had to make copies of it, put copies out, sign it, anyway. And the reason it was signed the way it was, and the story always was, and it still is, that John Hancock made his signature so big so the king could read it without his spectacles. But the reason he signed it right in the middle wasn't for that. He signed it in the middle because he was the president of the Continental Congress. And left to right, on the right-hand column are all the northern colonies. On the left side are all the southern colony signers. And the last person to sign it was Thomas Keene from Delaware. And he signed it. I cannot find a date for when he signed it. It's just said in 1777. But the story goes about the day of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It was signed in the Pennsylvania State House. That's where it was signed. It was said that you could hear a pin drop in that room. Everybody was dead silence. There was no chatter. There was no talking. There was no nothing. People breathing and signing paper, and that was all you could hear. Because every man in that room who signed that declaration knew they were signing their death warrant. It was an act of treason against the king. They were signing their death warrant. Yes, it was not signed until August 2nd. How about that? And during the time between July 4th and August 2nd, there was several revisions of the Declaration of Independence. None of the meaning was changed. Some sentences were changed, wording was changed to make it more clear, to clear it up, to make it more presentable, so that the reader would understand exactly what was being said without going, huh? What was that? What did they mean here? That's all. They just changed it a little bit so that it was clearer to understand. And then they finally finalized it, made all their copies, distributed them to the Pennsylvania State House so they could be signed. And the king, when he received his copy of it, dismissed it and handed it off to one of his secretaries, Secretary of Labor or what, Army, the military, whatever it was. Not a secretary like, come in, I got to take some notes. No, it was one of the head Secretary of State, whatever. One of those guys. I can't remember which one. No, damn it. I read that a couple days ago. He handed it to him and said, deal with it. He didn't want anything to do with it. It was a trifle BS to him. It wasn't worth his time or consideration. And that's how he felt about the colonies. And that's why they were so upset with him, because he didn't give a damn about his British subjects that lived in the colonies and just wanted to be represented like anybody else. The aroma in here is fantastic. In Florida, we have stores scattered around, and they have orchards they deal with, and they get all the oranges in, and they're all bagged and everything, and tourists basically can go in and buy bags of oranges. Locals can too. It's usually for tourists. And if you've ever been in one, this is what that soap smells like. Seriously, it's just a very strong orange aroma wafting up around you. There's a little bit of grapefruit to it, but I'm mainly picking up an orange type scent, and it's great. It really is. A lot happened on this date. Philip, the Macedonian king, defeated the armies of Athens and Thebes to establish the Macedonian Empire, or help start it. Adolf Hitler became Chancellor of Germany after, I can't remember which one. I think it was Frederick that died. Whatever. One of whoever was in charge before him died, and he became Chancellor. I forget. I'm sorry. Like I said, I got a mind like Swiss cheese. Iraq invaded Kuwait on this date. It's amazing what you see what happened in history on a certain date. What's funny is even back to the time of Philip defeating the Greeks, we've kept a record of things that happen day to day. And centuries later, we know what happened back then because somebody bothered to write it down. That's why I know they're putting books and everything online, but I like books. Hold it open, flip the pages, read it. I've read a couple books online. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy scrolling the pages as much as I do flipping pages. That's just me. I'm old school because I'm freaking old. Okay. Yeah, that reactivated the slickness. There's just still right here and right there. As always. There's still slickness there. Just gonna give it a little more. And the synthetic brush ate my soap. Synthetics aren't supposed to eat your soap, but they do. Maybe not as much as a badger or a boar does, but they do eat it. I don't know why I always leave right here. Smooth now. Yeah, both sides are smooth now. Okay, the neck. I don't know if you can hear it cutting. I can. I want you guys to go check out, if you like history, and if you check out shaving channels, go check out John Bonham, Cape Cod Wet Shaving. I'm going to put a link in the description right underneath my affiliate link for his channel. He did a story the other day on Miss Jessup. She survived the accidents to 3 sister ships of the, what was it, the White Star cruise line, I believe it was. It was the Titanic, the Britannic, and I can't remember what the other one, but they all 3 had accidents at sea, and she was on all 3 of them and survived. But it was a good story. So he's doing a history thing every time he shaves too. I'm doing more on this date that I shave. What happened that date? He's doing just general. What he sees something interesting, he'll bring it to you. He's big World War II history buff, so he'll have some of that stuff in there too. But I'll put a link to that video that he talks about that, and then you can subscribe to his channel from there. Good guy. And we decided to do history on the same day. It was funny. I was sitting outside. I was just getting ready to come and shave. I said, all right, watch one more video and I'm going to go shave. And I watched his video, and it was history that last time. And I was like, okay. And I had to leave a message saying we decided to do history at the same time. But we're doing a little different on the history. I'm doing more, like I said, what happened on this date, and he's doing more general whatever, something interesting that he sees. So I doubt we'll overlap at all, because there's just too much. There's too much history out there. And he was like, oh man, two of us doing history. I said, don't worry about it, brother. There's too much out there for us to double up on anything, I think. My new favorite stick. That scent is great. I love it. Gentleman John Allen Block. With the rubber bands, my no slip grip, homemade. Okay, it's about a 2.5 on the neck, because I know I got myself a couple times on the neck. I always do on my neck. My neck is, it's a cut magnet. My cheeks are fine. Nothing. There's not even a tingle on it on the face. The neck, about a 2.5 now. All right, we'll let that dry up a little bit. Rinse this into cold, which my water isn't cold. And when you're dealing with 93, 94 degree temperatures, and your pipes are all above ground, you don't get cold water anymore. Wintertime it gets chilly, but you ain't getting it in the summertime. All right. Okay. Plain old witch hazel from Walgreens. I'm using Florida Water Cologne today for an aftershave because it's got a citrus scent to it too. The last time I used 4711. That's good. This is another one that only lasts 4 hours or so. But it's a nice, fresh, citrusy scent. Nivea Men Cream. It's only that thick. But it doesn't need to be that thick, because all you're doing is stick your finger in and take out that much. It's all you need with this stuff. Like I keep telling you guys, a lot of balms go a long way. Rub it. And you can do your whole face. A couple more drops of the Florida water. I feel good. I feel good. No, I'm not going to sing for you. My voice is water repellent. I try singing in the shower. The water doesn't hit me because it's the voice just scares it away. I am tone deaf. I can't even carry a tune in a bucket. You put a tune in a bucket, I can't carry it. All right. Looks decent. Well, the shave does anyways. The rest of it, eh. All right, guys, happy 246th anniversary Declaration of Independence signing. We appreciate you here. We really do. To my British followers, I'm sorry, but not sorry. It was a long time ago. We're all friends now, so it's cool. It's good. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget the affiliate link. When I get $25 on it, it goes to you guys in a gift card. All right. Thank you all. Appreciate you being here. Don't forget to check out John Bonham, Cape Cod Wet Shaving. I will put the link in underneath my affiliate link in the description box. And with that being said, I used HC&C Citrus Bomb. Where's the name? There it is. Shave stick. I love this. This is my new favorite shave stick. This is great. I love the scent on that. We used my premium razor from my Magnificent 11, the fine marble razor, with a first use, new use, RK stainless, good blade. I think I like the Chromium a little better. This right now after shaving with it, my skin's got that tingly feeling, if you know what I mean. You use certain blades, your skin feels different afterwards than when you use other blades. Each blade makes your skin feel. This one doesn't. My skin doesn't feel as good as the Chrome did after I got done. It's odd. It's weird. I know, but that's me. All right, guys. Appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Be safe out there. Done with the babbling fat guy in the camera. You're in the chair next. Happy shaves, guys.